Hello and welcome to The Current, where we report on the latest issues, events, and culture. Recently, a young woman was robbed and raped at Kowloon Bay. Luckily, the suspect was captured. Unfortunately, he committed suicide a few days later.
This is quite a shocking story. When I first heard it, I was surprised that the girl had chased the man who had robbed her. She had no idea what would happen to her. It reminds me of the man who has been harassing some of our students recently in the MTR.
Yes, girls have to be really careful these days. Now, we would like to share with you a news clip of the story.
As you watch, listen for the following details. When did it take place? Where did it occur? How did it happen?
And consider, what made the girl chase after the man? Was it smart? Now, let's watch the program.
Police have arrested a man on suspicion of raping and robbing a female student near Kowloon Bay MTR station over the weekend. The 48-year-old suspect was arrested in Sao Ma Ping early this morning. The suspect, an unemployed man surnamed Lam, was arrested at Po Tat Estate in Sao Ma Ping at around 5 a.m. He was taken to Sao Chi House hours later by investigators for a search of his flat. Senior Inspector Lai Wai Chun of the Kowloon East Regional Crime Squad said Lam had a long rap sheet, but it did not include rape offences. Officers confiscated clothes, shoes and mobile phones from his flat. The victim, a 22-year-old student, was walking on the Kwun Tong Road footbridge near Choi Ying Estate at around 12:30 a.m. Sunday when the suspect grabbed her mobile phone. She told investigators that she gave chase, and when she caught up with him, he threatened her at knife point, tied her up and raped her. The suspect stole her phone, ID card and bank cards before running away. After 3 hours, the victim managed to break free and tell her family of her ordeal. Police sources said the suspect tried to withdraw cash from an ATM in Lam Tin, but the victim had already notified the bank that her cards were stolen. Officers studied the surveillance footage from cameras in that area and were able to track the suspect down. They also found a water bottle at the crime scene, which he may have used to wash the victim of traces of evidence. Investigators added that the suspect has a criminal record that includes robbery, breaking and entering, and drug-related offences.
Interesting report. Now, let's go to Romeo, our reporter on the streets.
Thanks, Daniel. I'm here and I'm ready to ask some questions to students walking out the campus. Excuse me, can I ask you some questions?
Yes.
Did you heard about the Kowloon Bay rape case?
Yes.
Do you think it was smart for the girl to run after him?
No, because I think if follow some people you don't know it's dangerous.
Girl is quite stupid. She may be killed by the man.
What made it so easy for the man to grab her phone in the first place?
I think that the girl is too concentrate on her phone and do not aware people nearby, so the man can easily grab her phone.
Maybe the girl is watching her phone and doesn't pay attention to the surrounding.
Why do you think she chased him, like especially in the dark?
I think that the girl's phones might have some important data that she didn't back up, so I think it's important for her.
Was it really important to get her phone back?
I don't think so.
Why?
Because you can buy a new phone.
Life is more important than a phone.
Have you ever been harassed while in public transport?
Yes, I've experienced before a man who is sat near to me and sat closer to me after that, but I don't think that is appropriate to do it.
After that, did you report the crime to the police?
No, I didn't.
Would you report the crime to the police?
Yes.
Why?
Because you shouldn't just let it go because you've lost something and it's not right for the man to do this.
Sexual harassment is a crime and it should be reported.
Because if I don't report to the police, that guy may do the same thing on other girls.
The suspect hung himself in the police station. What do you think was inside his mind when he did it?
Maybe he regret what he had done to the girls.
I think that he felt guilty about what he did.
He didn't want to face the punishment.
Do Do you think the police should be held responsible for this incident?
Yeah, since they didn't look after the USB cable.
Yes, I think the police should be responsible as it happened in the police station and it should be very safe in the police station.
Thank you for your help. Well, back to you, Daniel.
Thank you, Romeo. Now to Catherine and her focus group.
Thank you, Daniel. Recently, some of our girls have been targeted by a groper in the MTR, although a number of students have said that they were harassed. There have not been many cases reported to the police. Some think that it is too embarrassing. Some think it is not such a big deal. Some don't want to take the trouble to report it. Anyhow, we know that the groper is still out there and unlikely to stop harassing students. Now, we have students here from different forms to help us with the discussion. Now, let you introduce yourself, starting from the back.
I'm Charlotte in Form 1. I'm Minnie from Form 5.
I'm Joyce from Form 2.
I'm Isa from Form 4.
I'm Karen from Form 5.
I'm John from Form 3.
Is there anyone here who has met this guy?
No.
When it happens, very often the victims don't shout for help. Why do you think they don't? Joyce?
I think the victim is not courageous enough. They are afraid of catching the attention of others and catching the attention of the groper. So I think they should be more braver to shout out or yell for help.
Karen?
Maybe they're afraid of catching the attention of the others, so they will feel embarrassed at that moment.
Would you report to the police if this happened to you? Minnie?
I would like to seek the help from the police because the groper just touched me and I'm afraid of that.
Dawn?
If I witnessed what happened, maybe I will shout and stop the groper from touching the victim again and maybe report it to the train station and the train station will help call the police.
Do you have any advice to those who don't speak out?
I would say be brave if she don't tell anyone. He will do it again.
Keep up a little bit.
What about you, Isa? Do you have any advice?
Just don't keep silent. And keeping silent cannot have stop it, but stand off.
Can one of you demonstrate what they should do?
Stop it!
Maybe they can just throw that back to him and stop him from doing that.
Joyce?
Beat him up!
Wow! Okay, now back to you, Daniel.
Thank you, Catherine and the focus group, for your sharing. Now, for those of you who are watching, I'm sure you have a better idea of what to do in the future. Now, sexual harassment happens more often than we talk or think about. Victims seeking help often have mixed feelings of fear and shame. Therefore, it is really brave for them to report cases of harassment or rape. Now, if everyone shows a bit more support to those who dare to speak out, there will be more awareness and even fewer cases. It's up to you. You can be the change. That is all we have for today from Current. Thank you for watching and stay safe.